thank y'all again for coming by and hanging out with us. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. We finally went over 500. We're hitting on about 510 right now. Now we're trying to hit 1,000. Guys, we appreciate all you guys and girls for coming by and subscribing to the page. Like the channel. Run the thumbs up on this video. We do love you and appreciate you. Now it's time for the Crimson Tide. We're going to talk about their schedule. I'm going to give you a few synapses of things.
I'm excited about this.
History of some teams that they hadn't played in a while and when they played them last. And you know me, I'm always going to do some kind of history of something. And then you know me, I'm going to mention a few players that nobody's talking about.
Well, that's what I like about I'm not as good about that, but I want to see what I really don't know what Alabama's got completely all around the board.
Well, I tell you what, the old Bammers is going to be there. Oklahoma. It's their first trip to Norman since 2002. What about that?
I remember that. Brody Crowell was their quarterback.
Yes.
Now that's when Oklahoma was rolling.
Yeah. Well, I did. Well, we
said that earlier. Yeah. Well, Stoops was there. They just won a national championship.
Beat Florida State.
Yes. Like 13-2 or something.
Yes, it was because they had a safety.
They were unbelievable on defense.
It was 13-0 the whole game nearly.
Yes.
I mean, 10-0.
It was not a good game.
No.
I mean, by today's standards.
No, that's wrong. That was 2000 and
was it 2000?
That's the Bama when I covered that last week because anyway.
All right, I'm listening.
Bama ain't played Oklahoma at Norman since 2002. Then they have played them because they played them in Sugar Bowl and McCarran.
Right, but not in the regular season. Yeah,
Derrick Henry went off and Bama lost. Bama, they have not lost a game. Now these are just some history synapses. They hadn't lost to Auburn at Tuscaloosa since 2010, and that was 35-17.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something else in there. This is their schedule. Did you also know that Coach Deboer, coming from Washington, they had 11 games where they only averaged 4.4 yards a game rushing average.
That's not good.
Well,
it's not bad.
I'm setting
but
you
it's
up
not
for,
dominant.
I'm setting you up for the end. That's why I like to do. I'm going to set you up.
They're running 50, 60 times.
For something at the end there.
Yeah.
But Bama they did the same thing in 9 games last year. Now, remember Milroe was sacked 44 times.
Right. Yeah, that's average 3.5 a game, 3.5.
They were pretty close to the bottom of the barrel. Terrible.
Right.
Now, however, they're bringing just about all those guys back and replacing the one bad piece with a award winner. Brockemeyer is coming in.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the defensive back that's coming in that you want to know about from USC, transfer 4-star Domain Jackson. He was a state track champion from Maitre D. So he's probably pretty good. Maitre
D usually has pretty good talent.
He's going to have to be great. Domain Jackson is going to play some D back at Alabama. Thank you.
They've got the DBs from the portal, don't they?
And they got 3 5-stars too now.
Right.
The ones they got Macumba from Central last year with the long hair. He's going to be there playing.
Yeah, from Chalkville. Yeah. One
single-handedly.
Yes.
I never seen nothing like it. Never. I'm telling you, y'all got to see that game. Bama wide receiver group for 2024. The popular names that your starters are going to be, because everybody will talk about their wide receiver room. Jeremiah Burton, Caleb Odom, Kobe Prentice.
Prentice is going to be good.
The Henderson kid, Kendrick Law, look for him to do big things. He's a junior this year. And then freshman, Hollywood Ryan Williams.
I'm not trying to interrupt you at all, but this receiver room, which is what we call them now, everybody does it. Don't seem to be as strong as past. Or is it? It just depends. Does it depend on Williams? I mean, you had the guy transfer from Washington. You know, he's pretty good. But he was not one of Washington's stars. I like Prentice.
Yes.
I do like Prentice. I think he's going to have a breakout year.
I do too. I think here's my pick.
I think Prentice is going to be, you know how we like Bond, Isaiah Bond.
I like Kendrick Law. Yep, I'm high on him. I'm big on him right now.
You're big. And I think Prentice is going to be good.
Yeah. Also, Hollywood 5-star, we talked about him. Ryan Williams, 6'1", 4,000 yards. total for senior year. He's not a senior because in the state game he had 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, already graded 4.0. He's 17 years old. He's supposed to be a senior in high school right now.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing football at Alabama.
It's hard to imagine him doing good being 17 at Alabama, but he may.
This is a freshman group. These are 3 other guys. I'm going to say their names, and people's going to say, "Who are you talking about?" No, who are you talking about, Matt? Stupid. You just told us Kendrick Law and Prentice is going to be good. Yes, those are going to be who you're going to see Saturday catch the ball a lot.
And the guy from
and of course Satterland. Yeah, and but yeah, Jermaine the Burden kid. So
yes, yeah.
But here's 3 more guys. And Amari Jefferson, the kid that come from up there at Chattanooga way from Tennessee. He's Mr. Football, Tennessee.
Yeah, I saw that. I've heard a lot about it. Played at Baylor.
Yeah. 4-star. He was number 211 in the nation. And your top 300 pick, Rico Scott, 4-star guy, 185-pounder. Auburn and Tennessee, Georgia tried to get him. He had 1,300 yards, 23 touchdowns the senior year. He ran a 4.42. Fast guy, played basketball. And the last one, Bubba Hampton, the 4-star kid from Texas, 3A football, Texas. He was number 220 overall nationally, 5'10", 175, track guy, ran the 100-meter 11.5. He was a co-MVP and player of the year in 3A Division II.
Wow.
Competition. He said, this is a quote from Nick Saban about Bubba Hampton, competitive dog, quote unquote, from Nick Saban. And so it's got they got a big
freshman that could possibly make an impact.
Yeah, they may get to come into play, but now those other guys, of course, they're going to be,
right.
Law and Prentice and Burden. All they're you guys.
Yeah.
But Caleb Odom's a freshman too.
Yeah.
Now linebackers, Lawson, Campbell, these are guys we all know about. Alexander,
fantastic.
Senior, Jefferson, he's a senior.
Jordan Jefferson? He's very good.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Defensive backs, we talked about this Jackson kid. And also Smith, Malachi Moore,
veteran.
Right. Moore and Smith, these 2 are seniors.
Yeah.
Okay, they're senior players. Jones also could, and we've seen Sab play in the 8A game.
Well,
it's good.
Michigan.
Yeah, he's good.
He'd probably start, won't he?
Yes, I think he will. I really do. I'm going to give you a list right here and tell you what positions they'll play exactly, probably.
Okay.
Second team, probably Mincy. You ever heard of Red Morgan? This guy played down here in South Alabama. King Mack, kid come from Hawaii.
I have heard of King Mack.
He's good.
He's a Penn State guy, right?
I think he played high school around Miami or something.
Yeah, he's good.
The Hubbard kid and Brown. So there's some guys. Now, King Mack and Sab are probably going to be your strong safeties. Okay.
So they're going to transfer portals are coming in to be
a lot of the times.
Safety.
Yes.
That's good. Sab and King Mack. Okay.
Yes.
I'd heard that they would probably both start.
Now here's some freshman kid, Keon Kelly. They've moved him to the defensive line in this spring. We don't know if the move is permanent. He's going to have some more playing time this year. I think you will see him that. Here's a quote from Coach Womack. I got a quote straight from him here. It says, when you look at Keon to see his frame and how he's developed, Womack said he's got a frame that's going to grow more into that bandit role for us here at Alabama. Redshirt freshman, Keon Kelly. Keon Kelly. Yep. They had him as offensive lineman, but they're moving around to play defense. Now, do you want to know about Bama's defensive line depth chart?
It's pretty good, isn't it?
You're going to have Latham, okay, probably play at the left over there. You got Overton and Kelly backing him up, and you got Tim Keenan. This is defensive
that guy
line.
you like.
I love Keenan, man. Such a great 6'2", 315 pounds. These guys have got under these weights now. Otis and Payne will be back behind him.
Otis again.
Tim Smith, senior.
Again.
And Overton will be behind him, Dean.
Is that one that's name's hard to pronounce back? That's a good D-line.
Yeah, well, and then the Robinson, senior.
Yeah.
Okay, played last year, 6'5", 231. He's going to be your Wolf guy that's going to play up here on the front. And also KOHT.
Yeah.
And then the Russo, RUSSOW, he's going to be back behind him on the defensive line. Now, here's some other names on defensive line. We talked about those guys, so let's don't count these guys out. Osborne, and FAGA Fagay. I just told you about Keon Kelly.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Jordan, the freshman kid. Eric Hill is going to be a name to remember. Damian Payne is a junior on this defensive line.
Pretty good defense.
And I've told you about Otis and all these guys.
Mm-hmm. They're good. I mean, they started last year. Otis Smith, Keenan.
Edric Hill, Tim Smith, James Smith, Damian Payne, Hunter Osborne, Kelly Kidd, LT Overton, Latham, Otis.
I don't know. Otis started. Otis is good. Otis and Keenan. I like them. That's good. It is. That's good news for Alabama to have their D line back, because that's where you get your pressure.
All right.
That may make a big difference.
All right, now let's talk about offensive line, because that's where the big trouble was. So
last year.
Probably at left tackle, more than likely you're going to see Proctor. And then at guard, you're going to have Tyler Booker. And then you're going to have the Brasford kid in the middle. You have Jaden Roberts. He's a right guard, going to be a junior. Now you got Alien and then John Ionata behind him. And then the Formby kid, freshman at right tackle. The McAfee kid may probably play behind him in spring. Looks like he'll be second team. But Pritchett and will be probably left tackle, get in some reps, play some time too, and then Poe and Sanders probably be guards just going to come in. So Booker, Proctor, Brailsford, Roberts, and Formby, those are the names you're going to see for offensive line.
Booker and Proctor being the main ones.
Sure. Here's some other names. Rob Montgomery, Clausen Allen, Gino Vandermark. These are guys that just come in. Then you got two more guys that just come in. The Kohler kid, 5-star, then the Haygood kid that just come in today. Another 5-star.
Yeah.
To be added along with Casey Poe. These are some guys that just come in. The Bernard kid. I told you about the McAfee kid.
It's a pretty good O-line.
Do you think it's 2, 3, 4 freshmen, 5, 6, 7. 7 freshmen, some juniors and sophomores, 8 freshmen. So the offensive line has 8 freshmen, but, out of 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 players. Got 9 freshmen. Now they're good freshmen, but they're 4 or 5-star kids.
But your five starters are pretty good.
Yes, and if those
and you've got 2 possible All-Americans.
They don't get a bunch of people hurt.
Yeah,
I think they'll be okay.
But don't you think Proctor and Booker could be All-American type players?
Absolutely. Yeah, and these freshmen that just signed in to come in, I mean,
I still can't figure out why Proctor went to Iowa. But you said it, money. But
he wanted to go back up there, and he thought he was going to get a bag, and then he found out that the coach Cummins not going to be bad.
Right.
Just hang out and wait.
He's good now.
Yeah, Deboer's done a great. His staff is just.
No, I'm talking about Proctor's good.
Job. Oh, sure, yeah. Now he's come back to a system. He's played with these boys.
Yeah,
they all know each other very well. Now, wide receiver at the X, Kendrick Law. And backing him up, Henderson or Williams probably. The Bernard kid come in, Odom and Hamilton back him up at the Z position.
Yeah.
H position, Kobe Prentice, the junior. At the H, Adams and Hampton behind him. And then the tight end, Dupree, senior tight end.
Yeah, I like him. I do
Lewis
like him.
And Ouzts, Otts.
He always gets the tough names. Ouzts?
Who? I've never seen that in my life. Is that?
I get the Smith and Allens.
And then Cuevas, Cuevas. Cuevas?
Yeah. Wow. But Dupree's back.
So I'm just telling you, there's some guys backing all these guys up. And this is a receiving group. And I just told you about some names that are not even on here. Rico Scott and Amari Jefferson. Jefferson. They didn't have him on this list.
Bernard's going to be their main.
These are guys. Amari Jefferson is buried in the depth charts, and he's a 4 or 5-star receiver. He's a 4-star guy, solid 4-star.
So who do you think
Tennessee
going to be the main? Do you think who's going to be the Burton and Bond? Is it going to be Law and Prentice and Bernard?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yep.
They're going to get their shot.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, they may end up being great. They don't sound like it.
Cole Adams.
But
there's another receiver name, freshman coming in. Jared Hamilton, a freshman coming in. Of course, Hollywood Williams. I just told you about Bubba Hampton. Jalen Hale is another one. I told you about Henderson. Prentice, Law.
Yeah, that Emmanuel
Burden.
Henderson's good.
But Rico Scott, I mean, Rico's not bad, man. I think these guys he's a 4-star kid that, Georgia and Tennessee and Auburn all tried to get the kid. He run a 4.43. He had 23 touchdowns and 1,300 yards as a senior.
I'd say watch out for Henderson, too. Emmanuel, he's good.
Yeah. Really like him a lot.
Yeah.
So those are some players. And I'm just, building up that case to let you know.
It sounds like I got pretty good, especially, I'm telling you, I like the fact that their D-line. As being an Alabama fan, I like the fact that their defensive line's back. I mean, that's hard to beat.
Well, sure.
I mean, people give anything to have a good D-line.
Here's the keys to their success for next year, and we're going to pull their schedule up.
Yeah, let's see this schedule.
2023 rushing touchdowns, 32 for Alabama, 15 allowed for their opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter scoring, Alabama 120, opponent 51.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth down conversions, Alabama 5 for 7 at 71%. Opponents 11 for 27, 41%.
It's pretty good.
I'm just trying to make the case. Now, y'all can pick however you want to, and you can pick Alabama to lose.
Well, I like Alabama's front seven. I'm not going to lie.
People can just go on here and say, wow, they'd be lucky to win 8. Okay, I just laid out the case. I told you every player on the offensive, defensive line. I told you a few D-backs. You know their running back room. We know Justice Hayes. We know Jam Miller and the other kid. Mm-hmm. We know what they got.
Haynes, yeah. Jam Miller.
And Miller. And who's the other kid behind them? Young or
I can't remember.
Smith?
I don't. I mean, I just know them two.
Yeah,
I know that, but you have talked about another one.
The other one I talked about, he's good too.
Yeah,
and
he's just not as good as them.
If this Ackland Deer kid comes this week,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the pressure's going to be. The pressure's mounting more because the better class that he has, they're going to expect him to win it. Mm-hmm. Well, you recruit like Saban, you get all these 5-stars. By God, he better win it. We fire him, run him off.
Yeah.
I mustard on my biscuit. I mean, so I just told you this about Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama.
Snots.
Get down, Snots. Alabama has got to win in the running game. They've got.
I think they got a good running game.
The ball.
They got 3 good backs. I'm counting Milroe too.
Offensive line can't be trash. No. They've got to step up.
Well, see, we don't know a whole lot about the other 3. We know Booker and Proctor's good, and I'm assuming the other 3 will be fine. But they lost some good linemen. I mean, they struggled last year. They struggled at times. You know that. I didn't think they struggled late, but they did early.
We'll go through the schedule.
All right.
Western Kentucky, 6 o'clock ESPN, win.
Yes.
UCF Buffs at Tuscaloosa, 6 o'clock ESPN, win. We'll say they win that big. At Wisconsin, Fox Nation, big noon game, 11 o'clock on Fox at Wisconsin.
I think they'll be all right. I do think that's a good test for them. I think they win.
It'd be a good game going on the road.
Yes.
I'm going to say they win by 2 touchdowns.
You go up there and you play around and you have some turnovers, you come home beat.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good test.
Yeah. Like Georgia going to Kentucky.
Yes.
It's a good something going. Yeah. And they got an off week, just like Georgia. Now, they both coming off an off week. And Georgia's coming home. Now, remember how we like to do schedules. We'll see who are they playing that week before. So we know Georgia and Bama both are off that week. Mm-hmm. Georgia's going to be at Kentucky. Bama's going to be at Wisconsin. Now, they come back to meet each other at Tuscaloosa. I've already picked Bama to win that game.
I don't know yet, but I would say early on that Bama's going to be picked in the spread.
I think so, too.
They'd be close.
Yeah, they'd be picked by 2 or 2.5.
So I could see Alabama winning that game for sure. I could see that going either way. I don't know yet about – we'll have to see how they play those first 3.
4:30. Shoot.
But yes, they can definitely. Alabama can be undefeated after this.
They're gonna make a trip to First Bank Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee, to play the Vanderbilt Commodores.
You think they'll be all right?
3:30 on. We don't know yet. Look for that to be tight down to close to the fourth quarter. This kid. Okay, South Carolina. Now they're going to get this game at Tuscaloosa, 11 o'clock, ABC and ESPN. So this is going to be
I think that's a catch game.
An even day. They're going to come off of probably a win over Georgia. They go rinky-dink, flop around at Nashville. They're probably going to get out and celebrate a little bit because they beat Georgia again for like the 30th time. And they're going to beat Vanderbilt. And you're right. Then you got to get up early the next weekend.
Yeah.
And play a Gamecock team that's going to come in here about half fired up. Let's see.
It's not terrible.
Let's see who they play the week before.
They got a tough schedule.
Who they play the week before, Dean? Oh, they're going to have Ole Miss.
It may not. May not. I'm just saying that could be a catch game
It
because
could
you're looking
be.
forward to Tennessee. Look, you're already looking ahead.
You're right.
You got Tennessee coming up. You got South Carolina early at home. Alabama don't play well early, do they?
No.
You know, South Carolina's not going to be bad. This quarterback comes in and runs all over them.
Yeah. They look, Bama gets behind. They get their head up their butt and have a turnover too. Milroe throws a pick.
They're trying because he's having to throw deep.
Yeah, or Hayes fumbles the ball, and then South Carolina just to scoop and score. And then they're up 14-0 because they've already scored. They kick Bama the ball, and then they fumble, and it's 14-0 in the first quarter. People are like, well, this is it. Deboer's fired. He's going to lose to South Carolina.
Interim coach. We need an interim coach.
But I'm telling you, Saban had the same kind of thing happen. That first year, they lost games they probably shouldn't have lost. So first year jitters, it's going to happen. All right, so we'll say they beat South Carolina. They come in, they struggle a little bit. Now they're going to have to go to Knoxville. Man,
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and pick Bama over Georgia, but I'm going to pick them to lose this game.
They're losing to Old Heupelland.
That's my early. It may change, but right now I'd say yeah.
Well, let's see. Better quarterback. I'm going to side with Milroe. At home, I'm going to side with Tennessee. Tennessee's beat Alabama home one time in the past 3 generations. That's my great-great-great-great-grandpappy.
That place is going to be rocking.
Oh, my God, it'd be wild.
Especially after they beat them there 2 years ago.
I like to be on the sideline of that game.
I just think it's a lot to overcome.
We could be standing this close and have to scream at each other and we'd never be able to hear each other.
Yeah, they could lose that game.
Alabama could possibly lose that game very highly. Deboer has coached a lot of big games. He has been in Neyland Stadium and beat the Ducks twice. And he played for a national championship. And it's not like he's never played in a loud crowd. But you never played in the third Saturday in October.
Right.
Bro, it's going to be crazy. We'll say Tennessee wins. Let's give Tennessee. Okay. Logan.
Hey, Logan. We're picking Tennessee. National champs. No, I'm kidding.
Winning it all. All right, they're going to go to Missouri.
I don't think they'll win it all. They got to go to Missouri right after that?
No, they get Missouri
at home. Who's another good team.
They're going to be probably top 10. Now, who does Missouri play that week before they play Alabama? They will be at home for Auburn, which is going to be a test. Auburn's going to go out there and fire their head up. I don't think Auburn beats them because it's going to be a 12 o'clock game.
That's tough. Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, back to back. I think they lose one of those. I mean, I could see them losing. I hope they don't lose.
I'm going to go with the home team again. I got Tennessee beating them, so I'm going to side with Bama. They're going to be excited to get to an off week and get their wounds licked and healed up because they're going to have a 7 o'clock game and at Louisiana at Tiger Stadium, Death Valley. Now, I just said Deboer's been in some big. Let's don't act like he's never coached a football game. And there's some people out there trying to give. He nothing, just a little juiced up. Harson's all he's done. No, this man's just recruited number 1 recruiting class. Yeah. He's played for national champion. Harson ain't done crap. Just stop preparing that.
No,
that's just fans being silly.
Yeah,
just don't do that.
Yeah.
So what they do at LSU? We went through LSU, went through their record. I've been cussed.
Okay.
If he could have got through the computer, he would have spit on me. I've argued with LSU fans. LSU and Oklahoma.
They think they're going to be good?
LSU and Oklahoma fans are fired up.
Over what?
They're just ready to win it all.
I mean, yeah.
Oklahoma thinks they're going to come in and probably play for the conference championship. And LSU fans, this Matt guy that I brought up before last week's got this podcast. He's got their fans slathering at the jaw. They got slobbering hogs, slobbering tigers. Because he's
They're ready to go.
Well, because they listen to this idiot, and he played football there, and his podcasts are titled like Bama's burning down. They'll be lucky to win 7, and they listen to him, and they think he's real. He's being a clown. He's just trying to get clicks. Stop falling for it. I'm just gonna give you stuff. I'm not trying to get clicks. Mm-hmm. We could do shock stuff. We could come on here, and I could come on here right now.
Vandy wins it all.
Pick Oklahoma to win it, and make a shock video, and I could put a big thumbnail on it on my face.
Texas A&M wins.
Yes, I could do this. I could do a thing and have me a thumbnail on video like, and have Oklahoma holding up the championship. I got Oklahoma winning it. That's called shock and all videos, and that's what these people are doing. Matt's doing that. He's doing it just to create crap. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's got these fans going nuts.
I ain't buying it.
So at LSU,
I mean, definitely, I think Alabama's going to be the favorite there. I don't know what LSU. I've studied LSU. We went over them. I don't see them being as good as they were last year. I think Alabama can definitely go in there and come out with a win. But Death Valley's a different place. Sorry.
I'm gonna say they beat LSU. The next week they have Mercer. November 23rd, they go to Oklahoma, which I said earlier they hadn't played since 2002.
That could be a catch game right before Auburn. Could it be? Sure. I think they'll be fine against Auburn this year because it's at home. If it's in Auburn, I don't know. Could Oklahoma upset them?
Two kind of new coaches to their.
Well, it's right before Auburn. And it's just natural to look ahead a little bit. Natural, but you can't. And you got to go out there. I know we're sitting here. I don't think Oklahoma's nowhere near as good as Alabama, but that's just, I don't like that matchup when it is.
And look ones they got the week before Alabama.
Nobody.
Yeah, they're off.
Nobody. Yeah. And I don't think Oklahoma will win the conference. Oklahoma doesn't have a bunch of 27-year-old guys playing for them that hadn't played college football in 8 years. They got studs.
I know I just told you that I got Alabama beating Georgia and LSU. Matt, why could you say that they're going to beat them too, but they're going to lose to Oklahoma?
Because we think they're going to lose 2 games.
Well, because Oklahoma's coming off of a bye week.
Yeah.
And at the end of the season and the games that they just played the week before and then off, and then the Missouri game, they do have Missouri at home. Mm-hmm. You do get tired at some point.
I think they're right.
It's a high chance. A high likely chance that Bama loses one of these next 2 games.
I would agree.
And it could be they could beat Oklahoma and lose to Auburn.
Yeah.
Now, talent-wise, you would say, well, Bama outweighs both of these teams in talent.
Mm-hmm.
And the coaches are all about in their first or second year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to matter where it's at and who the quarterbacks are. Is Milroe better than Jackson Arnold or Peyton? Well, he's definitely better than Peyton.
Yes.
Peyton's a 3-star garbage. And Freeze is just hoping he can manage the game and hand it off and run it some just to keep them in games. To hand it off to Hunter and Cobb.
Not yet. Not. I taught a kid named Hunter Cobb. I did.
Yeah, I seen
you know Hunter, don't you?
I seen that day.
I keep forgetting about Cobb. I couldn't think of his last name, Jeremiah.
So Bama's going to lose one of these. It's because of where it's at in the year.
Yeah.
And Harsin has never – here's one thing Harsin's never done. Harsin has never coached in a rival game that equals the magnitude of the Iron Bowl.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care where he's from in North Dakota. Those Sioux Falls teams, they have rival games too.
No, they do, but it's not the same.
No, it's not the same at all.
No.
Bama's going to lose one of those, Oklahoma or Auburn.
Or I think I'm throwing South Carolina and Missouri in there too. I think their schedule's tough. Here's what I think will happen with Bama, and I know this is vague. I think Georgia or Tennessee, not both of them, one of them will beat them, and I think Alabama gets upset by somebody. I think they still make the playoffs, though.
I'm going to say that they're a great shot for 10-2.
I've got them going 10-2.
But if they go 9-3, I'm not going to come in here and just blow the camera off and scream and yell.
Do you think there's any chance they go 11-1? Do you have them at 10.5, 10, or 9.5? What would you have them at?
Same as Georgia's, 9.5.
Okay.
I'm going to be fair.
Okay. I think I'm going to change my Georgia to 9.5 because their schedule's too tough. 10. We can't go 10. We got to go 9. We can't go a whole number.
Here's the last thing, and we'll close the show up. Can Deboer coach in the SEC?
We don't know. That's why I got them going 9.5.
All these are guesses. We can guess every stinking coach we've just predicted because this is the last show for the college football schedules. And y'all can go back through the last 6 weeks. We've done every team over the past 8 weeks, 9 weeks. We've done 16 teams.
16. Yeah.
All of them except for Vanderbilt.
We didn't do Vandy.
Vandy's going to win too. There's your prediction. Harsin is not – he's not the version of Harsin. So I don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better coach than Harsin. He's proven he's a recruiter. We know he's a winner.
Right.
I don't know because we don't have any evidence. I'm a science guy. In any type of theory, you have to have what? You got to do.
Right.
You have a sample size to base it off of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What
do we base off for Deboer?
That's why I can't pick them to go 11-1. We don't even know if he can coach. We think he can.
Yeah.
But we don't know that he can coach this schedule.
You start getting these guys running up and down the football field.
Mm-hmm.
He's never.
I didn't mean we don't know if he can coach this big time ball. It's a tough schedule.
He did go to Washington. He has won everywhere he's been. He did turn a 4-8 team into a playoff team nearly, and then went to the title the next year.
Went to the title, yeah.
Never with a recruiting class better than 28. Now he's got the number 1 class.
Yeah.
And number 2 from last year that's still
and
there.
He's got the coaches with him.
And he's got Malachi Moore.
Yeah.
Defensive leader. And you got your quarterback back. And they're running
who is going to be a Heisman candidate.
If Milroe is not in New York to end the season, I will send Logan $5 on Venmo.
$5 Venmo.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us, Logan.
When he sees that closing speed, and I'll probably say this again, when he sees how different it is, it's different. Yeah.
But
he's seen that speed at Oregon.
Yeah.
As an offensive coach.
And they beat him barely.
Twice.
Yeah. It was close, though. You're going to have to play. You got a game like that. You had 2 tough games like that, at least. You got 5 like that this year.
He didn't buckle under the pressure.
No.
He succeeded.
Of course, they beat some good teams. Washington beat Oregon State. They beat Washington State. And I know people are laughing at me for saying that. Those teams weren't bad. They beat Utah.
The Big 12 was just the best it
had been. The Pac-12 was good last year.
It was good last year. The year before, pretty good.
I thought it was good. Yes. I best did have been in the long since USC was so strong to me.
Or Oregon when Chip Kelly was running the deal out there then.
Right.
Or even Mike Leach was winning some games at Washington State.
Yeah, that was a good because Arizona come on and was real good.
So
and Colorado took it on the chin in that Pac-12. They had a tough time in that Pac-12.
We got Georgia and Bama. I'm just picking the home team in that game because it's the home team.
I could see Alabama winning that definitely. I don't see Georgia coming in there and just stumping their skull.
I just don't think they're going to be that good. I don't think they're the team that they was 2 years ago.
Well, Matt, here, let me go over this right quick before we get off here. This is me and Matt's predictions. Our top 4, not in any order, are Texas, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Bama. Any of those 4 could win the.
And LSU, if they was to Ole Miss, they could.
Right.
Because Texas, too. I mean, their schedule's not hard.
It's not bad. We had Texas, Ole Miss doing so well.
Because their schedule's not bad.
We're not necessarily saying they're better than Alabama and Georgia. Their schedule's not bad.
They don't play each other.
No.
Not until the SEC title. What if that's the title game, Texas and Ole Miss?
Could be.
Oregon may play Ohio State for national championship.
I know.
I'm telling you.
5th place team, Tennessee. Me and Matt was high on Kentucky. They're 6th. LSU 7th.
Yeah. You can put Oklahoma in there in the middle somewhere.
Missouri 8. We got Auburn doing good, 9. Then you got Oklahoma.
Yep. Missouri,
Florida, South Carolina, right there in the middle.
The leading.
We got A&M in the middle too, or lower middle.
I think Missouri leads the middle, and Missouri leads the middle, and Auburn is right there following in line.
Mm-hmm. And the bottom 4 was, or 3 was Arkansas,
Mississippi State,
and Vandy. Florida, because their schedule's so bad. Not necessarily because of their team.
Alabama should have a field day on Tennessee secondary, and it's on.
I got to be honest, guys. I'm not crazy about Alabama's receiving core. But they may show me something.
This is Kalen Deboer right here. Kalen the boss.
He's talking to us.
Yeah, Alabama should have a field day. He said, we're going to have a field day up at Tennessee on,
Coach,
on that secondary. Well, I mean, he's just telling the truth. Harsin, he could not recruit Keith. You're right. That's what's put Auburn in the basket. That's why it's going to be hard for them to win. If you can't win games, then it's hard to get kids to come play there because they want to go play for teams that are winning 9.
Well, let me read something else to you.
We both like
and
Georgia,
I know
Bama.
we're fixing. We do like Georgia, Bama, Tennessee.
They're going to win 9 or 10.
Yes, and we do. I do think they can win 11.
Don't miss 10 or 11.
Yeah, Texas 10 or 11. I'll be honest with you. As of today, do you know who I think is going to win the SEC? I'm just being serious.
Don't miss.
I think Texas is going to.